This podcast is presented by Zack Labs, Cosbon, the instant costume adhesive. Have you ever had issues using materials to build cosplay costumes, theater props, or everyday repair? We have the solution you've been looking for. Zack Labs proudly presents our latest product, Cosbon, the instant costume adhesive. What you get is a 8.5 by 12 inch sheet. You simply peel off both sides much like you would double stick tape, except this isn't that. This is our patent-pending microfiber-infused adhesive that has a tensile strength of up to 100 pounds. This unique adhesive sheet is instant, and boy, do we mean instant. Activation is different than other products, as ours works purely by pressure. Simply peel and stick, applying even force, and it bonds. Instantly. It's human-safe, non-toxic, pet-safe, no fumes, and the best part, it won't ever stick to your hands. Rated for up to 75 wash cycles before starting to give. Great in the cold, rain, and even the heat. Stick anything to almost anything. Metals, plastics, most cloths, and best of all for all you cosplayers and costume builders, is all of your foam materials. While it does stick instantly, leave it alone with a bit of pressure for 24 hours and it cures to even stronger. So wave your magic wand and just use Cosbond, the instant costume adhesive. You are listening to a Dynamic Works Productions podcast. This show is available on iTunes, Stitcher Radio Network, and many, many more podcast services around the world. You can find all our content, music, videos, books, podcasts, and more on our website, www.dynamicworksproductions.com. Have questions, comments, or concerns for us? Head on over to the social tab on www.dynamicworksproductions.com if you'd like to talk to us. Now, on with the show. Hey, what's going on, Fork fam? I'm your host, as always, author, podcaster, gamer, Tim, K.A. Trotter. Joining me today, as always, my faithful steed. I keep saying that every week after week. I know he hates it. My faithful steed, the Buster of Knuckles, the Pod Machine, the Pod Bot. I don't know, one of those, something like that. It's going for like RoboCop, but it wasn't really landed. Mike List.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, nothing much. I guess I mean, your car trouble this morning was, I guess, way worse than mine. Mine was just, hey, we're having a 96-degree heat wave. Oh, by the way, this morning, remember, we're Washington, so we're going to dump, like, a bucket of rain. Yeah. Well, Tim has all of his windows open in his truck. So that's great.
Because, no heat and all. No air, right?
Yeah. So my cab's soaked. That's great. It's fantastic.
That's fun.
Yeah, not really in the slightest. And I guess you have the problem that I guess I wish I had only because I had my windows open. You had too much heat, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
That and I woke up to I got awoken today to a puked up puppy.
Oh. Is that Pete in the background there? Mm.
Yeah.
What do you eat?
We changed his food to a healthier brand.
Oh, and it was too much of a shock.
Yeah, I mean we've been doing it the correct way, like walking it down and stuff. But I think it might have been he ate too much too fast.
Is he a woofer? I mean, I'm not like barking, but like in food, like he just like whoom like a vacuum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, most dogs are, but I imagine being an Alaska Malamute with all that energy. Probably just like he'd eat the goddamn bowl.
He'd eat my hand if I didn't move it fast enough, I think.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But he does like it's really cute because he does a weird like dance jump type thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Shit.
I am just opened the door and was like, "Hey," when I was doing RNG, and she was like, "Hey, I need you."
Yeah.
I'm like, "What happened?" And she's like, "He just threw up." And I'm like, "Where?" And she was like, "Pick a place." And I'm like, "Well, that's not good."
Oh man, was it that bad?
Oh, it was all over him, all over porch, where his kennel is, all over everywhere, like everywhere and nowhere. That's where it was. It was all around bad.
Yeah.
Like it was pretty shitty. It was not he was not a happy pup. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, man, that sucks. That sucks. I don't have I'm still in our podcasting setup from our other show last night. I'm on the couch.
It was a fun show. It was a fun show.
Yeah, it was a great show. We actually recorded it this time.
Yeah, twice. We recorded both sides of it.
Yeah. As Mike says, ABR, always be recording. Well, yeah, I don't have a spin ring. Do you have your dice near you, buddy?
Yeah, I mean, I can roll percentile, or do you want me to roll a D6 or D4?
Yeah, I don't care. I mean, we have 4 categories. Whatever, dealer's choice.
Let's do a D4 because we have 4 categories. Okay. Oh man, I'm using the ones I was rolling rocks with last night.
Yeah. What's what? Like, how do what?
We can go 1 life.
Okay.
2 games, 3 entertainment, and 4 technology.
Okay, sounds good. Rolled them dice, baby.
That's a 2.
Okay, so that's entertainment.
I think I said gaming.
Is it gaming? Okay,
gaming,
cool.
Gaming.
Yeah, gaming. Let's see. So, 3 big things in gaming, at least for me this week.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, a little video game called Dead Cells came out this week, and it has literally consumed my soul in the best possible way.
That good, huh?
Oh God, it's kind of perfect, Mike.
Really?
Yeah, it's it's already in my game of the year top 5, hands down. So, as our audience may know, I am a huge Castlevania fan, and I'm also a huge Metroid fan. Games are very similar, basically. One's demons, the other's sci-fi. And they in the 90s, both of their versions of games kind of were blending with each other, and that's why this term Metroidvania came about. You familiar with this term, buddy?
I am, yes.
Yeah. Are you a Metroidvania kind of guy?
I am a Castlevania fan.
Okay, so Metroid... what's your favorite Castlevania?
The first one from the NES.
Oh, really? Okay, so old school linear Castlevania.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, old school.
So
I'm not with that new shit.
Like 1 through 3.
Yeah, basically? I'm not with that. Yeah, I'm not with that new shit.
Oh, okay.
I'm a classic type of fella.
Oh, I see. Okay, fair enough. I get you.
I like my Alucard Dracula backwards, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do get what you're saying because I play Castlevania.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Dead Cells is it's a Metroidvania type of game, but it's also a roguelike, or as the kids call these days, a Dark Souls type of game where there's permadeath.
Oh, okay.
But get this, it's a Metroidvania game that also is procedurally generated like No Man's Sky.
Mm.
So every time you go through a new area, it's totally different. You're fighting same enemies and stuff like that, but the layout of the thing
is never the same.
Yeah, so it's not I'm gonna avoid this spike trap there, and you jump in and wait a minute, that spike trap's not there. Nope, now that's a raging ninja guy with a laser sword. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
that was not what I wanted there.
So that's really cool. Because like so basically, the reason it's called Dead Cell is basically you are a reanimated dead ninja zombie,
Oh, okay.
basically, and like you get like 3 classes of like weapons. So it's kind of like, how many of each weapon kind of sort of determines your class or play style. There's blood, which is all like, like swords and daggers and like stabby things and stuff like that. There's tactics, which is traps and like bows and arrows and stuff like that. And then there's magic slash like bombs and stuff like that.
Okay.
And so all of the like the whole game is like a roll of the dice, basically. So like, like you kill an enemy and he drops like a weapon or whatever, and it's like it might be like, say, like a basic sword or whatever, but it might be like +5 to damage, plus causes bleeding on target, and that kind of thing.
Okay, so it sounds like it's Pathfinder-ish.
A little bit, yeah. In terms of like stats and stuff, because the other thing that's really cool about it is, even though everything is RNG in terms of the weapons, like the game, like all of the abilities stack with one another. So like you get that sword and it's like +5 extra damage, but causes bleeding on target. You might get like a trap later that's like does 30% extra damage to a bleeding target, or like you might get like a third item later you basically have 4 attack items at any time, and like that attack item might be like causes victim to explode if bleeding has occurred from like a sword kind of thing. So you like combo the shit out of everything, which is fantastic.
So there's synergy, is what you're saying.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. Like I had this run last night after a game, actually my best run. Like, and that's the other thing. Like the game is, you do a run. It's like you go in, it's very fast paced. Like the controls are fucking butter. Like just plain. Like imagine the smoothest playing like 2D game you've ever played. Like what's the smoothest 2D game you think you've ever played?
2D?
Yeah, that just feels like, you are one with the game and the controller.
I mean, like maybe back in the day, like the Mega Mans.
Okay, I can have that. Mega Man's great.
Yeah.
I like old school Mega Mans actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels. I would say it feels smoother than that, even.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like it just. It feels so good, Mike. Like I can't overemphasize how good it is. And just so everybody knows, it's on all the platforms. PC, Xbox, PS4. I'm playing it on Switch. Which is.
Oh, you fucking dick, Pete. Why are you such an asshole?
Oh, what do you do, buddy?
Just knocked my D4 on the ground somewhere, and I have no fucking clue where it went.
Oh.
Why? Because he's a prick. That's why.
But he's a cute prick, right?
Sure, whatever.
Well,
He's a prick. He's a dickhead, just to let you.
Yeah.
An asshole.
Yeah. So, like you do runs, and like, for example, when I first started playing, like it was really odd. Like, because this is the game I was talking about last week that I pre-ordered on a whim, just because everybody was like, check out like Dead Cells. Like everybody on Twitter, like all the video game media was like, no, seriously, it's gonna be a thing. Look out. And when I first started playing, I actually didn't like it. It was very weird. Well, I guess it was basically like I had to adjust from like all of the years of Castlevanias and Metroids and stuff that I've played, where it's like you get an item and you have that for the rest of the game. This is you get some cool items and then like you make a wrong move and you're dead and you're back to square one. Restart. Still not finding that dice, huh?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
Yeah, it's not like I don't have enough sets. It just pisses me off that he thought he could just jump up and take over.
He wants to be your little DM pet.
He's behind me. This is the problem.
He's watching. He's watching you.
Yeah, he's on the love seat directly like behind me, which is not fun.
Yeah.
Here, bud.
So it's like and then there's like it's not just like, oh, it's procedurally generated and there's sort of Dark Souls roguelike thing. They actually refer to it in the title as a Roguevania.
Okay.
Like their own style, I guess, which I guess is accurate. Like it's hella Castlevania. Like the art style. First of all, the art style is really fucking good. It's like, just think like the best 16-bit looking game you've ever seen, but with like a kind of a like really gothic looking, but also at the same time like super colorful. If that makes any sense, and not like cartoony colorful, like uh like there's a area where you're like on the towers of this castle, and it is set in a castle, and like the sun is like at sunset, so like everything like looks like really beautiful and stuff, and there's like shadows of like the monsters and stuff like that, but at the same time it's also like it is hyper violent. Like when you're low on health, you can see like the blood like leaking out of the dude, and if you like stay still, like it'll puddle up around your feet, and then he'll kind of like slosh around with like the little like 16-bit blood around his feet and stuff. Or like when you just straight up like one shot an enemy, they just explode in blood and it like splatters the wall and like slides down. It's fantastic. So it looks really cool. So like I would describe the art style as like a just like a vibrant Castlevania. Like it's definitely dark, and like it's cool.
I've seen this been getting a lot of good reviews.
Oh yeah, it's been getting nothing but high nines from I think everybody. Like that's the thing. And I guess the thing that I didn't know was I guess it was actually an early access PC game since this time last year. And this is its like official launch into other platforms / version 1. And the developers have said, I think the developers are like French, actually, which might also explain that the art is like really fucking good. But I guess their plan is, like they're like, yeah, we're never gonna make it like a Dead Souls or a Dead Cells, not Dead Souls, Dead Cells is the name of the game. We're never gonna make a Dead Cells 2 because we're just gonna keep adding to this because we made this tool set where we can like procedurally generate a level, and we're gonna just keep adding more worlds.
Mm-hmm.
And like the thing that's really cool about the procedural part is it's like when you first start out, you basically kind of go to like 2 levels or whatever, and then you're like kind of stuck because you can't beat a boss. But then eventually, and I don't know how the game works it out exactly, like how they deal out, because there is like you get runes, and the runes are permanent upgrades, but they're not like a health boost or anything like that. You get all that stuff every single time you run, but it's like oh, you see this like little plant that you've been running by for like an hour. Well, now if you hit R, it's a vine, and you can go up to like a whole other level of the same area that you didn't, see before or whatever. Or it's like, hey, like you get another rune later, and it's like, oh, these like little kind of like glowing pads. Well, now you can like smash down A and like drop kick the floor, and it explodes, and you go into like a whole other passage or whatever. And then those passageways like branch off to their own different like zones.
Okay.
And, yeah, it's so it's like for a guy like me who loves all of those type of like Castlevania and Metroid games, and it's just this times infinity. Yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem. The first night I played, I was like, because it came out midnight Tuesday, I was like, oh man, I got work next morning. I'll play it for 30 minutes, is what I told myself.
Mm-hmm.
Guess how long I played.
5 hours?
Pretty close. Four. Yeah.
Okay.
And I had work, so it was a rough next work day. And I did it to myself, but it's like, it is 100% one of those games that's like, it feels good to play. And even when you lose, like, you're going to have fun in the next run, because it's like me, like I really like tactics and like dropping down turrets and doing tons of DPS and like stacking my bleeding, with exploding, with toxin, and like all kinds of shenanigans and stuff. But then like the next game, I might not even get those weapons. Like I might have to go like shield and bow and arrow and sword and stuff, and I'll have to like shift my tactics to other things. And then because the name of the game is called Dead Cells, and you're like a dead zombie ninja. Every time you kill an enemy, it drops a cell, and the cell is basically currency. So you use that to unlock new. You basically unlock permanently new gear that randomly drops. So like you start off with like a small pool, but then it's like oh, you've had sword and bow and shield and maybe like a turret and a grenade. Well, now you've also got like claymores and like flaming whips. Yes, there's whips, Castlevania fans. And and then like bomb arrows that also do area effect and like spread like a cloud of toxin or whatever. Like, I don't know. It's fucking fantastic. I totally recommend it to
It sounds cool
to anybody. It's super good.
Is it full price?
I don't remember because I pre-ordered it 2 weeks ago. I can check, buddy. Dead Cells. That's a good question. Good question. Let's see. Did not tell you the price on. Okay, so Dead Cells on Steam. So I'd assume it's the same on other platforms.
Mm-hmm.
It's $20.
Okay.
So no, not full price.
Not full price AAA. God damn it, Pete! That toy. I fucking swear to God, I hate that shit.
What was that? It sounded like glass.
No, it's like a weird, like it's like a super toy. They say it's like near unbreakable, and I'm like, you don't know my dog.
Oh, like a Kong?
Yeah, but it has like a crinkly in it.
Oh, that's dumb.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, cool. Yeah, you're just gonna drive me insane with that fucking thing.
Yeah.
But he loves it. He's not biting me, so I'm good with it.
Fair enough. So one other thing I guess I have to bring up about Dead Cells, because there's a huge splash in gaming media this week. Besides the fact that, Dead Cells is out and it's fantastic. So, the executive Nintendo editor at IGN got fired over this game.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. Didn't somebody get fired for this game?
Yeah, there's actually more details about it this morning that broke, actually. So the long and short of it is there's this, I guess, popular YouTuber called Philip Mewson. And at the beginning of the year, he joined the Nintendo channel, I guess, on IGN as their executive editor.
Okay.
Right? Because they'd been looking for a new one for like a little while, because their old one, who'd been there for like 20 years or whatever, left to actually get a job at Nintendo. Could you blame him? Hell no.
No.
Like, if you cover Nintendo for 20 years and you get offered a job at Nintendo, of course you're going to go. Of course.
It's like Greg Miller getting a job with PlayStation.
Oh, yeah. I think they've offered him that job, though.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Or maybe Kojima would probably be a better way to put it.
Yeah. Well, one of the three of those original guys from Podcast Beyond.
Beyond?
Yeah. Beyond? Ryan Clements, he went to PlayStation. And he actually just left last week as well. But he'd been at PlayStation for 5-8 years, something like that. So it's like, people move on sometimes, as sad as it is. But, so the thing with Dead Cells, so this Philip Mewson guy, he was running an NBC podcast over for IGN, hosting it and all that sort of stuff. I listened to that show. I thought he did a great job of the podcast and all that sort of stuff. Had no problems with the dude whatsoever. So then imagine my surprise this week when, and it was funny because I actually saw the shit hit I saw the shit right before it hit the fan by accident.
You saw it come out the ass?
Yeah. I was looking for something completely different on YouTube, and I was looking up Dead Cell stuff because it had just come out, and like I watched Philip Newson's video review and all that sort of stuff because I'm an IGN guy. And I was looking for other things, and then there was like a video right next to his video that was like Philip Newson plagiarized my review, and I was like,
I saw that,
and I was like, what the fuck is that? That's not something you see normally. And so I looked at it, and there's this dude, and he's like, so I don't know, like, what's going on, but I think this guy totally plagiarized my review, and here's the proof. And so he played like a couple minutes of his video review, and then he played a couple minutes of Philip's video review, and they were identical. Like Philip changed,
word?
Yes, word for word. Philip changed like one word, like a used a thesaurus or something.
Oh no.
And like only one word would be like it was like the same meaning but a different word, you know what I mean?
Oh god, no.
And like the shots were similar, and it was just like, oh, that is way too close with video proof.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
And so then the next day it was like IGN issued a statement, we are actively investigating the situation, and Philip's review has been taken down. And I was like, oh, shit. And so then the games media was just like, well, if it is plagiarism, he's obviously fired because that's like the highest order of like journalistic suicide you could possibly do, right?
Yeah.
And so then, and so a bunch of people were calling for his head and all that sort of stuff. And perhaps rightly so. I mean, anybody can watch this comparison video, and it's just like, damn. I mean, it'd be like if, if somebody else had like a podcast and was like, hey, welcome to the Fork in Your Ear Hole. I'm author, podcaster, gamer. Timothy Oliphant or something, like, I don't know.
I get what you're saying.
Like just altered just enough, but not enough to avoid a plagiarism strike, I guess. And so then 24 hours later, IGN was like, we have parted ways with the editor who did this. And, then it just went silent about it. And I was just like, oh man, like, when are we going to find out some dirt? Like what actually happened? Mm-hmm. And so Friday, there was a couple of tweets from some of the editors, and one of the guys was like, and it wasn't necessarily directed at Philip, but you could tell he was talking about Philip without talking about Philip, And he was just like, hey, I've been at IGN a long time, and if you're new here and you're under stress or under a deadline, you can always ask for help. Like, we're a family here at IGN. And I was like, oh man, that probably means, and this is my assumption, because like, I don't know the true story, is that, he obviously was under deadline for a review. And I assume he had other responsibilities there, being like kind of the chief of that area of Nintendo. So he probably had other people under him, and he probably had, podcasts to do and this and that. And the other thing, like they're busy over there at IGN, it's 24/7, right?
Yeah. And
so it's like, oh man, he probably, from what this tweet, Brian Altano, brap, he inferred that like he got overloaded and, took
the stuff.
Took an easy way, I guess.
Yeah.
Made a bad call, not necessarily like, oh, I am an evil villain or whatever. But like, hey, buddy, I'm doing a show. You bitch. If you want to come in, you can, buddy.
Oh, I was like...
Brock just busted through the door.
Oh, shit.
That's right. You said 2.
Huh?
I thought you were going to be doing it 2.
No. Start at 1. But I'll be done in a while, buddy.
Pull up a chair, Brock.
Do you want to pull up a chair? Get in on this shit?
I'm good.
Okay, you're just gonna sit there?
Yeah.
Oh, you son of a bitch. He's putting his feet up like a little cunt. Ladies and gentlemen, peanut gallery in the back. Brock, aka Bjorn from the Fork in Your Path.
We don't allow that.
Mike's like, we don't allow this.
We don't allow
You
this.
didn't have your
You're
light
breaking
on, dude. I would have.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't have my recording light on.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have.
Might be. So where was I? Yeah. So it seemed like he took the Brian O'Tonnell is like it seemed like he was inferring, maybe he knew that Philip was stressed or whatever, and that was maybe what he either knew or, thought, and was like, okay, I took the easy way out.
Mhm.
But then it gets spicier, right?
Oh no.
So this morning, this Philip guy, I guess, posted air quotes his side of the story to his personal channel, which has also since been taken down, by the way. So you got to find
channel.
The video,
What's the video
thing. Like you can find it on other people's videos because like everybody took it already and is dissecting it basically.
Oh, of course.
And so he claims that he didn't plagiarize. And then also at no time did he even like apologize for producing this thing that was so goddamn similar to the other YouTuber, the original YouTuber, whose name I forget at the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he basically kind of makes it out like, he was wrongly accused.
I don't.
And
I
I'm
mean,
like,
I would say err on the side of caution.
yeah,
But you can't, the culture that we live in now is kind of like the outrage, like, oh my God, they did this type of culture.
oh yeah,
So like where I would say like give the guy the benefit of the doubt, but I trust you, you know what I mean? And if you say it's fucking real similar, then it's real similar. Then, you know what I mean? If you're like, well, it's an obvious that he changed one word and then just kept it moving, then I'll be like, well, he changed one word and kept it moving then.
yeah.
But I mean, that's so fucking sad, dude.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a weird thing because especially, in the culture of gaming, it's not like, I mean, when the fuck was the last time you ever heard about like some big plagiarism scandal?
Yeah.
Like, never?
I'll wait.
Yeah, like, when has that happened? Like, that's the kind of shit you hear about in like every other journalistic thing ever. It's like, okay, dude plagiarized, gone, whatever. Eye roll, maybe sad because person was maybe liked or whatever. Moving on. And then here, it's just like it's like, holy crap, kind of thing.
Yes.
Like, the only thing that I could even compare this to is, how there was somewhat of a mystery around like the breakup between Colin Moriarty and Greg Miller. From Kind of Funny, and it's
I mean, that was a joke, and someone took offense. This is not to be compared. By the way, I don't compare the two.
Oh no, I'm not comparing the two, but I'm just saying in terms of like how big it got blown out of proportion. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, okay.
And like this is already like, frothing levels of toxicity. So it's like. Yeah, I don't know. Like, and it was interesting because I guess this morning as well, both Kind of Funny and Colin Moriarty, who's off doing his own thing, both were like, plagiarism bad, sort of thing. But like, hey, if you want to come and talk about your side or like what happened, like Colin Moriarty was like, I'll fucking pay for your airfare. Come on down. We'll do a show about it. Same with Kind of Funny, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. So, but it doesn't seem like he's gonna do that. So,
well, I mean, let's just be honest. Wouldn't you extend the invitation as well?
Sure. I mean, we're just like, we're definitely not at that levels of like,
no. But I'm saying
infamy or whatever, or fame or whatever. But it's like, sure. Like, I actually mad tweeted about it this morning.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I was like, I don't like. He seemed like a good dude. I would love to talk about like what occurred. Like, because it can't be just black and white. It can't just be like, oh, I'm like a douchebaggy YouTuber and I plagiarized. Or it can't also be like, oh, I took like the easy way or whatever because like I didn't give a fuck and like I was just trying to get something done, So there has to be like something more to it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, maybe if you want to do like Super Spin Foil Hattie, maybe he and IGN were having a little bit of creative difficulties together, and they were looking for a way out.
I mean, sure.
I mean, he did make the mistake. We can all admit that. That what he did was,
Yeah.
If you say it was
yeah. Regardless of what happened, it was his voice.
Yeah.
And it was his words on that thing. And I don't know. Like I would, I know IGN's a company of 300, but it's like I've met like 15 of those folks, and they're like some of the nicest, most genuine folks, there is.
Yeah.
So it's like, I kind of don't believe that, because like I know it's like just like anything, some people like hate IGN just like they hate Kotaku and like all that sort of shit. But I don't know, like it gets.
I mean,
yeah.
My personal feelings on big companies, specific ones, of course. We don't say the company, or the group, I should say. Company is a very strong word for what that is.
I'll be honest, I'm drawing a blank right now, but it also might be because of tiredness.
I can't give hints because it's very, very obvious if I give hints.
Oh, okay, just text it to me then.
Yeah, just think back about our conversations that we've had about guests and such.
Oh, okay. I think I know what you're talking about then.
Yeah.
I got you. Never mind. Yeah. So like I just, I felt like I would be remiss if I didn't talk also about this other weird controversy that has nothing to do with this great game.
Yeah.
And that was the thing too, like even in that review, like he gave it like a 9.7, and there was a re-review done by a completely different thing, 100% different words, different take, different video, all that sort of stuff, and then it ultimately ended up at a 9.5, which is fine, but it was like, I don't know, you're right, it's the outrage culture, it's insane.
It is. I mean, with you mentioned it with the Colin Moriarty thing.
Sure.
When that happened, I was like, it was a joke. If anybody else would have put that joke, it would have not been a problem.
Yep, it's true.
If anybody else would have put that joke down, it would have not been a problem. But it was just because it was Colin at that time, and they took shots at him. And
oh yeah.
And I mean, give him credit for choosing to step away to protect his friends, because that's what happened. He chose to step back out of Kind of Funny and sell his stake in a company that he started with his his best friends.
Right. Yeah.
Sometimes five best friends around this table, and he stepped away.
Yeah.
Granted, he does have a very, very, very successful PlayStation podcast now.
Yeah. Yeah. Kudos to him. Fantastic show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to like his new co-host more and more. It's obviously, Greg Miller, irreplaceable in that duo, but Chris Ray-Gun, he's good. I like the different perspectives he brings.
I mean, he's no Mike Liston, and it's no Mike and Tim type of situation.
I agree that we are, of course, the ultimate dynamic duo. Sure, of course.
But yeah, he's good. He's good at what he does.
Yeah. He's no faithful steed.
No, he's no faithful. God damn it! I hate that so much.
I know. I'm sorry. It's forever now. It's forever now. I'm sorry.
You know what I'm gonna do? If we ever do a one shot where someone else GMs, I'm gonna play a centaur.
Oh, of course you are.
Just so you could ride around on my back.
Yeah, there you go. First name Steed, last name Faithful. Exactly. Shit. Oh, and then the other big news this week was Nintendo had a specific direct on Super Smash Bros. Ultimate this week, and they revealed that fucking Castlevania characters are going to be fighters in Smash Bros. It's fucking awesome. They're going to have, of course, Simon Belmont, and then, what is his name? Richter. Will be playable characters in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
That's cool.
Yeah, even cooler. They have Dracula's castle as a stage, and like Dracula like can like show up and like throw the beat down on the players.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Yeah, and also like the stage also shifts, so you see like different, so, like some of the more like famous different like zones or whatever of the Castlevania castle. And then even going further on, and also probably because it has a fucking rockin' soundtrack, but they have like kind of heavy metal versions of 30 of Castlevania's tracks for like duking it out with each other.
Goddamn.
Yeah, I was like, oh fuck yes, fuck yes. And then they probably should have led with this and then had that as the surprise in the stream. They led with the Castlevania characters and then they followed out with the surprise, like like the one more thing. And they showed that K. Cruel, DK villain, will be playable, which I guess people have been championing for. I don't know. I feel like I've been playing these games a long time, and I've never heard people like, yeah, they should have the Donkey Kong villain. I was like, eh. But anyway, I guess he's playable now, so there you go. What do you got on that topic there, Mike?
I mean, Destiny 2, the Solstice of Heroes is going on. It's a bunch of grinding. It's really fun. I'm actually enjoying going back and playing through some of the old story missions. They made them a little harder.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the hell that noise was.
It sounds like a fan of a computer.
No, that's my PlayStation.
Oh,
The little station that could. It was some like rumbling, but it might be rain.
Oh.
I actually got We Happy Few.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
it is so good.
Really? Because
I
have a sour taste in my mouth from last year or 2 years ago or whenever the hell it came out in early access on Xbox.
Yeah.
And it was just the random play thing, and it was boring as fuck to me. So tell me why it's good now.
See, I like the aesthetics. I like the creepiness of it.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's not like it's a good time sink game. Like I like playing it and letting the things change and seeing what can go through and how the voice acting is pretty spot on. It sounds very mod 50s.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like I said, I like it.
So it's just basically like the aesthetic. Like, is the game fun though? Because when I played it, it wasn't.
I like games like that.
Okay, all right, fair enough. I guess We Happy Few. That's the name, right?
Yeah, We Happy Few.
Yeah, We Happy Few. To use an analogy, like it felt kind of like how like all the other people. That's obviously not me. Felt on like No Man's Sky, where they showed this amazing trailer and it was going to be this amazing thing, and then you played it and it was not even fucking close to what it was supposed to be. So it's like, I hear people playing it, and like people are tweeting about it. I guess it just got reviewed recently. I saw the other day is like a 7.2, 7.5, something like that. So it's good, above average kind of game.
I know it's not everyone's game. You know what I mean? And there are games that are like that to people.
Oh, sure.
And I can appreciate that, So.
Yeah, and I can see like, the aesthetic turning people off. Like the aesthetic didn't turn me off, like the actual game did. But I also realized it was early access, so it's like, okay, fine. You had the blanket / shield of, hey, it's early access. We're still making this shit, but we also want your feedback / money. So it's like, okay, fair. It's like, but at the other end of the spectrum, it's like early access can kind of be like kind of shitty because like technically, because they still haven't removed it or whatever, Fortnite still has the early access thing on it. It's like, really? Yeah, no, it's good. You can take that label off there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why that is still even on the thing. Like at this point, it's probably like in the paperwork. Like the game is called Fortnite Early Access. Like, I don't know. That's a terrible joke. I'll see myself out.
It wasn't very good. Yeah,
I'll see myself out.
Step into my office.
Yeah, Brock shaking his head.
Fired.
He's just like, you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You rolled a 1 on that one, there,
yes,
buddy.
I did roll a 1.
No, you didn't roll. You didn't roll a 1 yesterday.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't. Yeah, no,
I don't think anybody rolled a nat 1, did they?
I don't think so. Hey, Brock, did anybody roll a nat 1 yesterday?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, I don't think we were all rolling decently.
Yeah.
Mid-link. Yeah, that's probably good. Yeah. All right, Mike. Take us to another topic.
I mean, I guess I'll do the rolling through in our Discord.
Oh, roll in the Discord because Pete ate your dice just now. That's great.
Because Pete knocked over my dice and I cannot find it because he's a dick.
Oh, man.
Discord's being a dick again. Discord's being a dick again.
Yeah, I don't even know.
That's a 1. Life.
Oh, okay. So life. I don't know. It's been a shitty week, long hours. Like I was saying in the pre-show, woke up to torrential rain this morning. We have not had rain in a fucking while here in Washington. Like it's just been hotter than fuck. And as a result, I had like my windows down on my truck. So my truck's soaked. That's fantastic. So I rushed out this morning and I was like, oh, fuck, it's raining. Close the windows. So that has occurred. I feel like I had more life stuff. I guess there's a thing last night that people in our own Fork Fam Discord are talking about. Even Dame messaged me about it, actually, and was like, so I guess...
Oh, this is the one I was waiting for.
Is it?
Let's talk about the plane?
Yeah, I don't have too many details. Like I saw a little bit of a video yesterday, but like, so I guess a guy hopped up on PCP,
which ought to happen.
Somehow stole a plane out of SeaTac Airport. So it's
a mechanic there.
He was a mechanic? Mm-hmm. Oh, was there more data this morning?
Yeah, it was a.
Brock is our backup. Look at him.
Snatched up one of those prop planes.
Yeah.
And was flying for like 90 minutes doing aerial acrobatics.
Fuck.
And then the jet fighters finally actually were able to locate him, and then he just crashed the plane into the Puget Sound.
Was he on PCP?
I don't know. I didn't see anything like that.
Because I read a thing that said he was on PCP.
Tim, did you just make that up?
What? No, I got the data off Twitter. Okay, Mike. All right. I'm fucking. Okay. I'll Google the fucking thing. Okay.
No, that's fine.
Man
I like the thought of a guy high up on fucking Sherm, going. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna fucking fly this plane. Woo! And then just dumping it into the fucking water.
Okay, so here's the news article from CNN. All right, here we go. An airline employee stole a passenger plane Friday from the Seattle-Tacoma International Airport, SeaTac, and flew it for an hour with military jets chasing him, pulling off aerobatic stunts before crashing into a wooded island 25 miles away. 29-year-old Horizon Air ground service agent, and a fucking agent?
Oh, God.
Wait a minute. Doing? No, hang on. The 29-year-old Horizon Air ground service agent, the only person aboard, died.
Of course.
The Bear County Sheriff's Department said without further identifying him. The incident, which the FBI Seattle office did not consider terrorism, raises questions about airport security. Nope. Investigators headed Saturday to the crash site to recover the plane's data recorders and the man's remains as part of a criminal probe, authorities said.
Yeah, he's dead.
Oh, shit, it was a big plane. The 76-seat Horizon Air turboprop plane took off without authorization at 7:32 p.m. local time, with a Horizon Air employee who was not a pilot at the controls, officials said. Job of a ground service agent includes directing air traffic for takeoff and gate approach, handling baggage, and tidying, de-icing planes, etc. After talking periodically with air traffic controllers for an hour, the plane crashed into Ketron Island. Video from a witness on the ground shows the plane at one point pulling up for a loop, putting the aircraft upside down, and then pulling back up just feet above a body of water. Airports nationwide will now look at whether their security procedures need to change.
Yeah.
CNN safety analyst David Seuss said, the man shouldn't have been able to board the plane alone. There's protocol to not allow anyone to get aboard an aircraft. If you're going to access the aircraft, you make sure that you check with someone else, and that someone else will confirm that you have the right authority to get onto that aircraft. Latest developments as of Saturday. He worked for Horizon Air. He had credentials to be into the secure areas of the airport for 3.5 years. He passed the background checks. Didn't have any criminal convictions. They believe the last sighting of him, he was in his uniform for a shift on Friday. The plane was parked in a maintenance area and was not scheduled for a passenger flight. Worker had no purpose on the plane Friday evening, other than obviously stealing it, which is what he did. He was qualified to tow aircraft. Apparently, the worker used a pushback tractor to rotate the aircraft 180 degrees so he could then taxi the aircraft out onto the active surface himself. What the actual fuck?
Yeah, that's...
The dude, like, he was like, 3 years, I'm going to steal this plane.
I'm going to fly this... His thinking was, yo, I'm going to smoke this angel dust and fly this fucking plane.
Really?
Yeah, flight simulators.
You serious?
I'm dead serious.
Okay, I guess Brock has some information that he learned how to fly the plane from flight simulators.
Yeah.
What?
No, do you know before you even load an active round into a rifle, you shoot like on screen?
Oh yeah. Apparently, an actual audio recording of the incident, which is posted, he can quote be said, saying to the aircraft controllers, "I'd like to apologize to you all. I've got a few screws loose." What?
One, let's give this gentleman some credit for probably the only thing he could have done better was quote Han Solo. Just like, let's just be honest. You know what I mean? They're like, punch it, Chewie, and then just make like Chewbacca, like Wookiee noises would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
Just in general, this guy is one, an amazing story considering he's high on PCP. Two, I mean he might not have been high on PCP. It's just what I'm going with. It's my bit for the rest of the night.
I have more transcripts from him talking to the aircraft controller. He says, quote, "I've got a lot of people that care about me, and it's going to disappoint them to hear that I did this. I'd like to apologize to each and every one of them. I'm just a broken guy. Got a few screws loose, I guess. Never really knew it until now." He says, "This is probably like jail time for life, huh? I mean, I would hope it is for a guy like me." Then the air traffic controller says, "Well, we're not going to worry or think about that, but could you start a left-hand turn, please?" Says the air traffic controller discusses getting a pilot on the radio to help the man control the aircraft, and he says, "Nah, I mean, I don't need that much help. I've played some video games before." What?
There goes my hero. Watch him as he goes.
Oh man!
Like come on, man. That must.
And
that
then
had.
No, it gets better. So apparently the aircraft controller is like calmly trying to get him to not do a roll, and he's saying, "I'm gonna do a roll." "No, I'm gonna do a roll." "Yeah, I'm gonna do a roll." And then the aircraft controller, this is a quote, says, "Congratulations, you did that. Now, can we land that airplane safely, and please don't hurt anybody on the ground?" And the man responds, "Oh, right. Ah, damn it. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want to. I was kind of hoping that was going to be it, you know?"
You know what would only make this whole... If you read the transcripts in your Rick voice, and do the air traffic controller as Morty.
Oh no! Do you want me to do? Do you want me to do that, Mike?
Yes, I want you to do that. Why did you think I said it?
Okay. Hang on. Let me Google here. I gotta find the voice. He wants me to read it in Rick and Morty voice.
Okay. I mean, come on. You can just be like, just add Rick every once in a while.
Hang on, I gotta back up because some of the stuff is like.
Judge me, Brock. Fucking.
I've got a lot of people that care about me, and it's gonna disappoint them to hear that I did this. I'd like to apologize to each and every one of them. I'm just a broken guy. I got a few screws loose, I guess. Never really knew that until now. This is probably jail time for life, huh? I mean, I would hope it is for a guy like me. Well, we're not gonna worry or think about that, but could you please start a left-hand turn, please? Nah, I mean, I don't need that much help. I've played some video games before. And then he does the barrel roll.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You really did that. Now let's land that airplane safely and don't hurt anybody on the ground.
All right, yeah. Damn it. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want to. I was kind of hoping that that was gonna be it,
Come on,
that was great.
The second you started reading it, I was like, "Oh, this is."
Oh yeah,
we live in a Rick and Morty.
I wouldn't be
episode.
surprised if Justin Roiland is totally gonna read that in his voice because he does shit like that.
Yeah.
Oh man, that'd be great.
Oh God. Love this.
I guess within 5 minutes of the plane's takeoff, military scrambled 2 armed F-15 jets from Oregon.
Which they are ought to do.
Yep. Who followed it. They pursued the aircraft before it went down on Ketron Island between Tacoma and Olympia. The NORAD fighters did not fire upon the aircraft.
I'm mad that the government
That is so dumb. I cannot even believe that somebody had this question from fucking the news. Somebody actually asked if the jets were capable of taking down the other airplane. And the fucking NORAD commander said, yes, the jet's capabilities are appropriate to the potential task. Are you fucking kidding me? Of course an F-15's fucking up to the goddamn task.
Let me answer this question for
fucking
you there,
idiots.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
they can fight other fighter jets.
Yeah, no shit.
I think they could take a 72-passenger prop plane down with little to no trouble at all.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, so there's a bunch
jail time, right?
Yeah, right.
Congratulations, you did that. Now can we land this plane?
Yeah, right. I did a barrel roll. Yeah. That's so awesome.
I did it. Can't believe I did it. Yeah,
fuck, it's so good. There's a bunch of little Twitter videos of them of the plane flying erratically, over home and stuff.
God.
Oh my gosh, it's so great. There's plane. It's banked so goddamn hard to the left. He's just fucking flying in circles. There's F-15 right next to it. It's just
chilling.
What the fuck? It looks so weird.
I really would love to hear that transcript.
Oh, the F-15 pilots? What the fuck is this guy doing? Yeah. He did a barrel roll. What the fuck? Oh my god, that transcript would be priceless. You know it's going to come out in a few years. You know it.
I mean, it's probably the Patriot Act. It's probably the Freedom of Information Act. You can probably request it. Since,
I hope somebody does.
It is national fucking security since it was a goddamn plane. Somebody hijacked a prop plane and then crashed it. I mean, I'm pretty sure you could do that.
I guess the eyewitness who was near the island when the plane crashed was telling the authorities, I thought they were practicing for an air show. And then it crashed, and I was just muttering about what possibly happened.
Did a barrel roll. I'm gonna do a barrel roll. Maybe you shouldn't do a barrel roll. I'm gonna fucking do it.
Yeah, right. Oh my god, that's fucking great. According to CNN aviation and analyst Mary Shavo, said in this plane, he certainly knew how to retract the landing gear. He coordinated both engines, powered them up to get a coordinated takeoff. A couple of turns, it looked like what we call in basic flight training a coordinated turn, meaning that he not only used the yoke, but also coordinated with the rudders to do the turns. He knew how to fly. She continued, but the air traffic controller had to tell him how to set what they call the bugs. They're just little levers or little notches on your indicator for your heading, which is also kind of basic, but he didn't know that. So he clearly had a lot of knowledge, but wasn't a commercial pilot.
I mean, I play some video games, TIE Fighter versus X-Wing.
Yeah, he played TIE Fighter versus X-Wing.
This doesn't really handle like a Banshee, but I mean, I got it.
Damn it, Peppy Slipping Falco. Don't tell me to do a barrel roll. I'll do a barrel roll in a goddamn please. Oh, man. Oh, they're trying to recover the voice recorder from the black box, so there may have been additional voice data, but they're still extracting it.
You just imagine him singing like a song, like singing Freebird or something weird like that.
No. We all know what he was singing. Highway to the danger zone. That's terrible.
I wonder how many like, you got my back, Mav.
Yeah, right.
References were made. One can only hope several, because I mean, it would be remiss.
Yeah, so I guess that's all the details. And Dame, I know you listen to the show, so there's what was going on.
Wait, Dame's reaction was the best ever. What the fuck is going on in Seattle?
Yeah, I know. He's like, "Yo, Tim, this is your hood. What up?" Like, what the fuck?
He's from DC.
Man. Yeah, I don't know. Like, on the one hand, it's not great that someone fucking stole an airplane. But on the other hand,
you're a podcaster that makes a lot of jokes.
It's
fucking gold.
Like, I'm going to be totally honest here. So, like, I've done work at that airport, okay? And, like, the amount of background checks and credentials and, like, fingerprinting and stuff like this is really, really ridiculous. But I'll say this as well. When you're on the tarmac, like, okay, so, like, to get, like, credentials and do this stuff, and I was, like, doing it for a job or whatever, right? And I don't have anything to do with the airplanes or whatever. I'm just building a thing, right? And the amount of time and credentials it took to get on there was so monumentally larger than, like, the 6 hours I spent there working.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of, like, all this ridiculous training and all of this shit and approved by the Port Authority and all this stuff, and the fucking way you get onto the fucking tarmac is, like, a shitty little fucking, like, house garden shed with, like, a chain link fence, and that's all that fucking protects, like, any crazy fucking person from just smashing through it and driving onto the tarmac.
There's armed guards.
That's retarded.
There's armed guards.
That's retarded. Well, none that I saw.
That's why you didn't see them.
Okay, fair enough. But I don't know.
Pretty sure they were in towers.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't know. Like, it's crazy. Like, it is a huge ass airport. It's an international airport. It's big. But at the same time, it's like, man, how does somebody not see this shit going on? It's crazy.
Well, if I could support Brock's theory on the angel dust, that shit gets you pretty quick. And it's kind of like a crazy back and forth ridiculous I can do anything type of high. I've heard allegedly.
He did.
yeah, he did a fucking barrel roll and it was like, hey, I did it.
No, and he did a loop, remember?
Oh,
because earlier he did the loop.
Oh yeah, and he did a full inverted loop.
Yeah, fuck it. Like, Jesus.
Pretty much what he must have said.
I think aside from the ridiculousness of him getting the plane, is the fact that he didn't, like, crash and kill anybody. Like, that's really quite miraculous. So, yeah. But at the same time, man, you don't hear that every day. That's for sure. Mike?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry,
you just
handling the car business. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. All right. What do we got next?
S. Brox. What does he want to hear us talk about?
Okay, so we've got 2 topics left, Brock. We've got entertainment. What the fuck's the other one? And technology. What do you want to hear next?
Entertainment.
Okay, cool. So we're doing entertainment. The fuck happened in entertainment? Oh, Jesus fuck. So MoviePass, of which me and Mike have, has changed their shit once again. Although it seems like it's once again financially stable, and God, I'm fucking sick about talking about this every week because it changes every fucking
week.
So right now, MoviePass is ditching all of their high premium things. They're ditching their unlimited, and for instead of changing their price on the 15th like they said they were, they're going to keep it at $9.95, and you will get 3 movies of your choice a month. Which, for some people, not cool because they're not sticking with the unlimited thing because they're fucking bleeding money like a stuck fucking pig. But for other people, like, I have a pass, Jessica has a pass, and for us, like, we barely see 1 movie a month.
Oh.
And like 1 movie a month totally justifies the price of MoviePass, compared to regular fucking ticket sales. So it's like if we do see 3 movies, like that would be a pretty busy month. Like the closest I think we came was, because it was Infinity War and Deadpool 2 and then Han Solo, like fucking one right after the other. That's probably the closest we ever came to seeing 3 movies in a month.
We some days, Jess and I, we'd see 2 in a day.
Oh no shit!
We would rape them.
Wait, how would you see 2 in a day though? You're only allowed to do 1 a day.
Yeah. If you go to a night movie, if you see a movie at 10,
oh wow,
and then get out and it rolls to 12:30, like 12:01.
So basically, in the secret history of Mike List, you are the reason why MoviePass is bleeding money.
Well, I mean, technically, no, because I was seeing them once a day. I did see 1 movie a day.
Yeah.
But they were getting hit, hours apart. So probably that sucked for them.
Yeah, I bet.
Like, we'd walk out, I'd look at my Justin and be like, what are we doing? She's like, well, we can go home. I'm like, or we can see another movie. And she's like, well, what movie starts at, right now? And I would be like, hey, what movie starts in like 20 minutes? And the dude was like, well, you can see this one. And I'm like, you want to see that one? The way I look at it is with MoviePass, I'm only paying for the first movie we see with it, technically.
I agree.
Any other movie we see in the month, I'm like, I don't care if I want to see it or not.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the only way that I saw that fucking... What the fuck was that Amy Schumer movie that Jessica took me to that I bitched about on the show months ago? I Feel Pretty. That is the only reason why we saw that fucking movie.
Fuck that movie. Right in its asshole.
Yeah. Fucking movies. So anyway, that's officially gone into effect as of today. I know this because I pulled up my MoviePass today, and it's like, hey, this shit's changing.
Mm-hmm.
There is no disagree. You just hit accept. And I was like, okay. And then the other weird news in regards to MoviePass, because God damn it, MoviePass announces that they are producing a original film with Bruce Willis. What the actual fuck?
We're going out of business. Never mind, we're not going out of business.
I know. How does it go from, hey, we're going to go bankrupt in a month, but by the way, we've got a movie with Bruce Willis coming out in a year. What the fuck? It's so nuts.
For Netflix.
Yeah, right? So yeah, it's got a movie with Bruce Willis. Do we need details about that? Probably not. The gist is the story follows a man who loses 10 minutes of his memory after a bank heist goes wrong. So I'm sure it's got you on board because heist.
God damn it! I didn't want to be on board.
Said the magic
word.
Who's
on board?
Yeah, so it's Memento plus bank heist with Bruce Willis. Sure, why not?
Had me at heist.
Fuck it, sounds good. And then the other great news, which I'm sure Brock will cheer about as well, is they are making a sequel to the Power Rangers movie.
Sweet.
Finally.
Wait, Brock's a Power Ranger fan too?
No, dude, Mike, when I was telling you about my love for the fucking Green Ranger and all this shit, it goes back to me and Brock fucking, because like he had like all the Zords that I didn't have, and I had the Zords that he didn't have, and together we had the fucking Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and that's what we had as kids, brother.
Suck my dick. You've seen the picture of me with my Green Ranger shirt on, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
The one that actually looks like his armor?
Yeah.
Didn't we see the first movie together?
The original first movie?
Yeah.
Oh, the original
Fuck
one.
yeah, of course we saw that
when
together.
they play Red Hot Chili Peppers, when they jump out of the planes.
Yeah, sure. Whatever occurred in that movie.
Hey, guy! Don't judge me because I have a memory for movies.
Yeah. Did you see the reboot Power Rangers movie?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's awesome.
Oh, I was asking Brock. Sorry, Mike. I know you're not in the room. But yeah, it was awesome, right?
I enjoyed
fucking
it
great.
thoroughly.
Yeah, I did not expect to like it as much as I did.
Yeah, I was kind of sad that they cut out some of the scenes where Jason David Frank and
Oh yeah, they just showed up and looked shocked, and that was it.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of sad they cut those.
Don't look shocked, bitch. You've been a Ranger more than anybody. Tommy Oliver. We know who the fuck you are.
Mike was just shouting at me, and he's like, "Bitch, don't look shocked. He's been a Ranger more than anybody. It was fine." But yeah, no, it's officially in production because they got bought by Hasbro this year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so they own everything now, which also means
they did set up the Xeno tie-in.
Obviously, because of the
Yeah.
crystal. Yeah. Oh, god damn it.
It's
It's
better
good.
than Ivan Ooze.
Yeah, but the next thing I have to rage about because it just makes me so goddamn fucking mad, Mike. You know what it is? If you're looking at the Discord?
Oh, what happened?
More casting for this fucking live action Sonic the Hedgehog movie that I want to die in a fire!
I love your rage for this movie so much. Just my chaotic nature. I'm like, get it, yeah.
And the thing that makes me mad about it is I like this actor. Like, I loved him in House of Lies, and he's currently one of the Ducks in DuckTales right now. And he's the voice of BB-8, but they announced that Ben Schwartz is going to voice the title character, Sonic the Hedgehog, in this live-action abomination that stars fucking Jim Carrey and James Marsden. And I just wanted to die. I just wanted to die.
He was also John Ralphio in Parks and Rec.
Yeah, but I didn't watch Parks and Rec, so
You need to.
yeah. I've tried. It doesn't.
Really?
It doesn't land
You like-
for me. It's
you
like
like
it's like The
Community, but
Office.
you
It
don't
does.
like-
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't land. Yeah.
Oh no. Oh God.
I've told you this.
I know, but it's like you insulted my mama all over again.
Okay. Well,
But you like.
what do you mean
Community,
all
so
over again?
So I forgive you.
Yeah.
You like Community.
Oh yeah, I fucking love Community. But it's like, so I'm torn because on the one hand, it's like, hang on, Brock. Have you heard about this fucking live action? They're doing a fucking live action hybrid Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Jim Carrey is Dr. Robotnik.
Well, he does
James
crazy
Marsters,
well, so.
fucking Cyclops from X-Men, is a fucking cop or something.
I'm
It
okay with
sounds
that.
awful.
I like James Marsden though. He's actually a really good actor.
I think so too, but I just don't want this like real people thing. Like it just sounds like a horrible fucking
Sounds
mistake.
amazing.
It sounds like a fucking mistake, and you take that back.
They should make a whole franchise.
Fuck you. I hope it does poorly.
They should do.
He's gonna
what
rage
they
again.
should do.
Right, we're gonna get him to rage for the second time in 2 days.
Movie minimum.
I want it to die.
I did see someone was talking about Henry Cavill being if they do a Witcher show.
They are doing a Witcher show.
Yeah, I don't agree with that casting.
It's not cast, buddy.
Oh, I know, but if he does, I don't agree with it already.
Yeah, there's 2 fan polls going on right now, switching gears from the Sonic. Okay, last thing on the Sonic the Hedgehog thing. Fucking hate it. Want the movie to die. However, knowing how Ben Schwartz voices his cartoons already and how Dewey sounds, it sounds similar to other Sonic the Hedgehog voice actors. So from that respect, in terms of casting or whatever, it's like it's less insulting, but I just hate everything else about it so much that, and I don't know, because I've raged for like 3 podcasts about this already. Like,
So
I guess
he's
the
Dewey?
thing that frightens me is like, what happens if I go see it? Because I'm going to see it. There's no doubt about it. Like, I have to, because I'm a Sonic maniac. But
Mhm.
what if it's good? I feel like I'll just die. I feel like I'll just die inside.
You see, that's how I felt about the reboot of Thundercats.
Yeah.
I'm a Thundercats fan. It was the first toy the first big toy my dad let me buy myself
Yeah.
when we went out. So I mean, I got the Sword of Omens and the Claw, and I was like, that's what it is for me. It's like my favorite. If I mean top, yeah, that's my favorite cartoon when I was a kid.
Fair enough.
That
I
Draconian-
hate to interrupt, but I just came up with the title of this week's episode.
What is it?
Do a barrel roll.
Oh yeah, I like it.
It's got to be the title. Do a barrel roll. No, really. that's the title of this week's show.
I'm gonna do a barrel roll. No, I'm really gonna do a barrel roll.
Yeah.
Can you just turn left?
Yeah, right. So
Can you
dumb.
do me a favor and just turn left?
So dumb. What's the other thing about entertainment? Oh, so I saw Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom last weekend.
Did you like it?
Uh,
Okay, hold on. Let me rephrase that. It was fun.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I had fun, but I also couldn't stop myself at every fucking possible moment when anybody opened up their mouth of being like, "Really,
Mm-hmm.
really, really? That we're doing fucking Lost World again? Okay,
Oh, it
Fuck
was
it.
100% what it was.
fuck it, sure. We're doing Lost World with more shit. Okay, fine. I'll tell you the parts I did like though. I did like the new dino. I thought the new dino was badass as fuck.
The Indoraptor.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, whatever. People can Google. And I did like. I'm obviously down for watching. Fuck, what's her name? The lead girl, Howard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down for watching Bryce Dallas Howard run around in a sweaty jungle for 2 hours. I'm
Mhm.
always down for that in movie form. That's good. That's fine for me. Like we can be there and just can be like, ooh, Chris Pratt, and I can be like, yeah,
bitch.
yeah, you run, you sweat in that hot climate in those green clothes. Yeah. I also dug the like potentially Mexican and or Asian chick and the scientist, the curly-haired scientist guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love those as characters. They needed more of them in that movie for sure.
His whole thing was a series of unfortunate events. Really.
Oh, it's great though.
The best is how is he still alive?
Yeah, I love that they kept saying that. That was really good. And but yeah, it's like I don't know, like I guess I just somehow expect it not to be a complete rehash. And maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just expect dinosaur action and people running.
Yeah, and dinosaurs. And dinosaurs being dinosaurs.
Sure.
And other things that made me. The only time it made me go, "What the fuck," was the little girl reveal.
Oh yeah. I mean,
I was like,
on the one hand, after it happened, I was like, okay, I can see how that makes sense. But on the other hand, I was like, well, that came out of left field.
Yeah. Like after a while, I mean,
like that seemed like a rewrite thing. Like, we need something else in this thing.
We need to tug on the heartstrings.
Let's change that line, and then nothing else about the movie. I mean, I liked where it ended up, and however the fuck the third one's gonna play out.
Yeah.
That could finally be original, I guess. So I don't know. But, I mean, I guess, the third one's basically Horizon Zero Dawn. So, whatever.
Yeah, Jess, it was funny with Jess. Her reactions were, oh, man, okay, what's going to happen? And then, okay, what is she? Oh, that poor dinosaur. What's going on? And then, oh, no, that dinosaur died. Sad. they were on an island that is basically a gigantic a giant ass volcano. What the fuck you think was going to happen?
Yeah.
And then, okay, get the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Why is he in the cage? That was her reactions.
Yeah, for sure.
That was my reaction. Because I mean, that was probably one of the cooler scenes with the Endoraptor. The whole,
yeah, I mean, what a dumb fuck
asleep,
for going in the cage, right?
And the tail whipping around and almost looking at the camera, going,
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to say spoiler alert, but guess what? You're watching fucking the 5th Jurassic Park movie. Somebody's getting fucking ate by the thing that shouldn't be there. Mm-hmm. Sorry. Like, that's what's happening.
Yeah, that's pretty much right.
Yeah, anyway. So there's that, I guess.
Yeah.
Did you have anything in entertainment, buddy?
The Witcher thing that we almost talked about?
Oh, yeah, we kind of fucking glossed over that. So there's fan casting with both actors' support, actually, of it. First fan casting was Henry Cavill as Geralt in the Witcher TV series, which is going to start filming this October, which their lead is not cast yet, by the way. And then the other fan casting was Zach McGowan, more recently from The 100 and also Black Sails. He was
Vane.
Yeah, he's Captain Vane. I think just from the look and the way he sounded in that should be your fucking Geralt right there. Plus, TV actor probably doesn't cost that much money.
Mm-hmm.
Other bonus. Plus, he's good. Not saying Henry Cavill's bad, but it's like I feel like Zach McGowan's already got that charisma because pirate. You know what I mean?
Also, shredded.
Oh, yeah, no. Dude is ripped as fuck.
He is Shred City, Utah.
I mean, not saying Henry Cavill ain't Shred City, Utah, but Zach McGowan has been Shred City for probably longer. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt. I think there's probably a substantial height difference, though, so if they were, like, ever in the same room, like, Henry Cavill could probably just put his hand out on top of Zach McGowan and just hold him at bay.
Maybe. Yeah, I guess.
I think
sure.
so. I think so. Okay, well, then I guess that leaves us to technology. I only had 2 dumb bits. Well, one was a tiny dumb bit, and the other was kind of a big thing that I actually don't remember if I talked about last week or not.
Okay.
First one was this weird fucking robot thing, this Anki robot.
Mm.
That I'm going to just read your quote here, by the way. You're like, nope, I'm out. I don't even fuck with Alexa or Siri. I don't trust what can't bleed.
Yeah, okay. I stand by my previous my previous statement on that one.
Yeah, it's just like a weird little robot that I guess goes in a docking station and it rolls around and it's got this creepy head with like green eyes that move and shit. I don't know. I don't know who that's for.
If I can't kill you, I don't trust you.
Fair enough. And then the last thing was, and I can't remember if I talked about it last week. Did I talk about the giant computer manufacturing virus hack thing?
Maybe?
Okay.
I don't
remember because as soon as y'all know, Fork Fam, when I edit these shows and it's done, I stopped thinking about what was in that show. I'm like, sorry, that's just what happens when you do as many podcasts as me and Mike do.
I was going to say I had a shit ton of concussions in my life, so memories.
You're like, I got an excuse.
Yeah. CT, motherfucker, CT.
So it happened beginning of the week. Basically, the company TSMC, who manufactures, a third of the world's computer chips, they had a intense virus breach in their manufacturing facilities, and not like into the products, but into the actual like robot machines that make the chips. And 80% of their production was shut down.
Oh, see, my previous statement doesn't sound so crazy anymore, does it?
What previous statement?
Nope, fuck that. I don't trust anything that doesn't bleed.
Well, fair enough. But yeah, no, that's a huge deal because like I can't. It's probably one of the largest cyber crimes in recorded history, actually. Because if you think about like who the fuck specifically targets, like you don't hear about a virus fucking up the machines that manufactures cars. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like who the fuck does that? Is that like high fucking class industrial espionage? Like what the fuck is going on with that shit? But it essentially means that everybody's iPhone and laptop and Galaxy phone and shit this year will probably be in less quantity. Because like if a production line is shut down for like an hour, that's like 100,000 phones that isn't being produced. You know what I mean?
I mean, if we shut down, I mean, we're not high quality, production anything, but if like work doesn't come out in my job, the company loses, they say on average, $150,000.
I believe it.
Because they still have to pay us. And then product not getting out, and then they're gonna pay overtime.
Oh yeah, like it's a huge thing.
Yeah, it's a big fucking thing.
And everybody wonders why like Apple keeps making more and more of their own shit. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, third parties are great and third party foundries are great and all that stuff, but it's like, so like Foxconn, obviously the top dog, but used in the same sentence as TSMC, they like make all the switches and like your Xboxes and your PS4s and shit. If they get crippled by something crazy like that, well, fucking no switch for little Tommy under the Christmas tree. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, it's just how it goes.
Or the switches under the Christmas tree go up exponentially. So maybe I'm just, tinfoil hatting this here. You know me, I'm the guy who likes to do conspiracy theories. Maybe this was an inside job to make stuff a little bit more expensive right around the holidays.
Yeah.
I mean,
if I'm putting on my tinfoil hat as well, like, because again, these would be all custom made by them fabricated machines that does the fabricating. So who else would have fucking access to that stuff? It would have to be a person on site, right?
Yeah, I mean,
maybe
my theory, yeah, it would have to be someone who is inside that world.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just fucked. Either way you look at it, whether it was like a real whatever, some dick being a dick, or it was industrial sabotage or inside job. Either way, it's fucked.
Oh yeah.
So.
For sure, man. It's a fucked up situation.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, that is something interesting to think about.
Yeah.
Because if it's their own gear, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's like if you stood up and your shoelaces were tied together and you were the only one to be near your shoes. You tied your shoelaces together. I don't know. Really?
Well, or it's like, look at it this way. Like, so like, like I work in construction and it's my observation that like, so you have like a drill driver, maybe you have a drill driver for like 2 years. Mm-hmm. Super duper well built, but those batteries cost more than the fucking drill driver.
Yeah.
And they don't last as long.
Not ever
so,
as long.
Nowhere
near as long.
Yeah. Anyways.
Those batteries go to shit pretty quick, actually.
I mean,
well, in comparison,
depends.
You could have the equipment for years, and then the battery lasts. You could have if you take care of the hardware itself, it could last theoretically 20 years.
Yeah,
that battery ain't lasted 20 years, there, big dog.
Yeah, for sure. Well, shit, did we do it? Did we accomplish the mission?
I mean, you want to talk a little fork in your path just to whet the appetite of the fork fam?
We can. So here's the update on Fork in the Path. Recorded more shows. Recorded shows that were not lost to the ethers of time. It's not available anywhere. I'm having problems with a couple of different markets, specifically iTunes and a couple other ones. I still need to investigate that and figure out what the actual fuck I could do to fix that. It's a very complicated problem that I'm not really going to get into, but I am working on it, and will of course, be pimping it as soon as it is more widely publicly available. I can tell you where it is available. It is available right now on Google Play and Spotify, and on our Dynamic Works Productions YouTube page, actually. So you can find the first episode of Forking Path there, and obviously, if you're a member of the Fork fam and or subscribe to this feed, you got that special bonus episode several weeks ago. That's still there. More episodes are coming. I just haven't been editing because I've been wrestling with this stupid fucking problem, and my week has been really busy / shit. So just, be patient, and we've got a lot in the can, so I wouldn't really worry about things flowing smoothly as soon as we get some of the shit that I don't normally have to deal with out of the way.
Not to mention that it's all in this crazy noggin, so the story will keep going. We can always put out more stuff. So
yeah, I mean, I'm not worried about content at this point. I'm worried about
not with me. You shouldn't.
I'm worried about getting through this fucking iTunes barrier. It's annoying.
Brock can talk to you about some of the story beats I threw out there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'll pick his brain on it.
Yeah. I mean, you know me as a person, what kind of movies I like, so just assume that there will possibly maybe sort of kind of be a heist involved somewhere.
And I bet it involves dinosaurs.
No, it doesn't. I mean, it can.
You mean it doesn't until now?
Yeah, I mean, maybe dragons, I guess. It could.
Dragon dinosaur.
Dragon. Well, I mean,
I mean, that's 2 steps away from a dragon sword, so, whatever.
Let's say there are both in this world.
Yeah.
So.
Fair enough. Well, all right, I think that brings us to the end of another episode of The Fork in Your Ear, a weekly topical podcast. I'm your host, as always, author, podcaster, gamer, Tim K. Trotter. You can find me on Twitter, Tim_T. You can find Mike List at... Wait, don't tell me. I can get it. Buster Knuckle 13?
Yep, that's Buster Knuckle 13 on Twitter.
Yeah, there we go. Got it. You can, of course, follow us on Facebook, YouTube. All of our episodes are on YouTube now, by the way, Fork Fam. So if ever you want to show an episode to somebody else and they're not like a podcaster or whatever, or if you want to, whatever reason, listen to it on YouTube, I guess people do that. We are on there on Dynamic Works Productions playlist, Fork in Your Ear podcast. Yeah, you can talk to the show at GetForkedPod on Twitter. And email us your questions, comments, and concerns to be read out live on the air, or live pre-recorded on the air, whatever the fuck that means. forkinyourpodcast at gmail.com. And did I miss anything?
No. I don't think so. No.
Yeah. And as usual, and as always, buy my book, kids. Support the show. But we know you don't do that. So, you fail me.
What do you do? What are you doing? You just don't tell anybody. Who knows?
No. I have sales figures.
Oh. Tim knows. Tim knows, you motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's right. It's true.
The arrival on ebooks, Kindle. If you pay enough, the motherfucker will handwrite it in a notebook. It can be Hello Kitty notebook or whatever. Yeah.
Okay, you're going too far. Too far. Ease off that PCP.
Back it up.
Yeah, back it up real slow.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do a barrel roll, Tim. I'm gonna do a barrel roll.
Do a barrel roll. Exactly. Anything you want to pimp?
The RNG Cast at the RNG Cast on Twitter. For your Destiny and other anime, comics, that kind of goodness. We had 2 guests on. I can't release what they're doing because it's keep it secret, keep it safe, that kind of thing.
Why can't you tell what they're doing?
Because they haven't released it yet officially.
Okay.
Give you a hint. It rhymes with rod mast.
What the hell rhymes with rod mast?
Podcast, Tim. Podcast.
Oh. Okay.
But
fair enough.
I mean, I think they actually know it. I think they might have mentioned it. Basically, you're a pod godfather.
Oh yeah.
You're a pod pa. That's what I
Are we
said.
talking about? Are we talking about someone who's already in the Fork fam?
Yeah, good buddy.
Oh, okay. Perhaps he plays golf.
Perhaps he is a
Professional
primate.
golfer. Yeah,
Yes.
primate. A primate professional golfer. No, I know.
Yes.
I know what's going on.
Yeah.
I threw out some wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's Yeah, he was on with his compatriots.
Yeah. Oh shit! I forgot the other thing. Oh, I meant to talk about this in life. Hang on, no, I have to talk about this week.
Okay.
So we all know one of my PSN bunnies, Kono_20 on PSN. If you want to find and or hate mail him, please do. So, like I played a little bit of Fortnite with him yesterday after I got off work, and so we're on good terms. We've been playing since Vanilla Destiny Year 1 or whatever, and you know, we have each other's phone numbers, and he has a tendency to call me when he's on his way back from work, because usually I'm either at work or on my way back, and he's bored or whatever. We just shoot the shit, right?
Yeah.
So for 3 weeks, this motherfucker Kono, and I know you're listening to this show right now in your car or whatever. I hope it's on speakerphone so that everybody knows how much of a cunt you are. With love, though. That, like, so he would just, like, talk to me, and he'd be talking to me like, oh, yeah, like, I'm really, you know, stoked for that 4th Evangelion movie. And I was like, oh, yeah, I didn't know you liked Evangelion. And, like, you know, little things like that, right? All things that I've talked about in our podcast mic for the last 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And so yesterday, like, I'm driving to Walmart, and he calls me up, and he's like, oh, yeah, you know, like, I love Wild Waves. And I was like, oh, you have tubes or whatever. And I was like, oh, yeah, wait, they got rid of the people slide tubes at yours. And I was like, oh, yeah, they did. And then I thought for a second, I was like, wait a minute. Wild Waves isn't a franchise. It's only exclusive to this state. That motherfucker's in Georgia. And I was like, have you been trolling me this whole fuck? And he just bursts out. Just insane laughter. And I was like, you motherfucker! So, Kono _20 on PSN. Please friend and or ban PSN. Just saying. Do it, kids. Do it, kids. Troll that trolly troll. If he had a Twitter, I would give it out.
Also, let me just say this right now, since I know, Kono, you're listening. Number one, if you see me on Destiny, shoot the motherfucking kid a message. I'll join in. We can run and gun together. Number two, don't talk shit about Pathfinder until you play, baby. You want to come on for a guest appearance or pop in? Let me know. I'll run you through the character creation. We can make a nice little character for you. Come in, pop out, boom, boom. Maybe bring you back every few months as like a recurring guest. I'm down for that. You're fam. You're fam.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Gauntlet's been laying, Kono. Your move now.
Gauntlets of Ogre Strength +3.
Yeah, exactly.
Only the reals know what that means.
And like dead cells with bleeding, which causes death and then turns into like little termite slugs that then go and eat other bodies, which is a real thing in Dead Cells, which is super rad, by the way. Sweet. So yep, that's the show, folks. MK Trotter signing out until next time. Get forked.
Motherfucker Shazam!
Thank you for listening to a Dynamic Works production podcast. You can find our podcast at www.dynamicworksproductions.com. Feel free to email us at dynamicworks@mac.com.
This is Dominic Armato, the voice of Guybrush Threepwood, and you're listening to a Dynamic Works production podcast.
The Citadel, Arrival, is the first installment in a series of epic science fiction short stories reminiscent of the Pulp Fiction style. It's a fast-paced story that will take you through twists and turns that you will not expect, until they are thrust upon you with all the force, excitement, and chaos of a plasma cannon blast. The story follows Katarl, a nobody cog in the working wheels of a futuristic society run completely by Megacorp, a corporation that carefully runs and manages the lives of the people living under its sphere of power. On one of Katarl's few and far between days off from work, an outing he had hoped would be fun and relaxing turns into an explosive adventure that drags him kicking and screaming into situations and challenges that will make him question every aspect of his life. Watch this colorful tapestry unfurl as Katarl and his newfound allies find their way through this classic, yet oddly surprising tale of good and evil, where nothing is quite what it appears to be. That's The Citadel, Arrival, by author Tim K. Trotter. Available right now on Amazon Kindle Store and iTunes iBookstore for only $2.99.
Good on, man.
Hey. What's that? What did you say? What?
Yeah, it's gotta be a quick one today.
What's going on?
I got to go get my car looked at. It overheated on the way home from dropping Jess off, so.
Oh, Jesus. Are you guys still in a heat wave?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like 90 degrees, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So, how much time? Like hour and a half? What?
Yeah, within, hour and a half. Keep it relatively.
Okay. Cool. Well, then, let's get rolling then, so you can get that handled, because that's not good. Like, what do you think it is? Like a radiator?
I have no idea, but it overheated pretty quick, so I'm thinking it's a radiator.
Yeah. Well, that sucks, dude. Okay. I mean, I guess let's start the show. Okay. Cut in! And we out. And that was perfect. That was a great Shazam, man. You're what?
I'm feeling the Shazam.
Oh, that pre-workout?
No, it's just the Shazam. Oh.
Okay. Fair enough, brother. All right, man. Well, I'll let you fucking get handled your fucking car, man. That's some shit.
Yeah.
So, alrighty, dude.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for him to call and tell me he's on his way.
Oh, you've got a tow coming?
No, it's he's coming to my house to check it out.
Like a repair guy?
Yeah.
Oh, that seems kind of. I don't usually hear that kind of thing. Usually, it's like you tow it to a shop, but
No, I have a.
You got a guy.
My uncle is a guy.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
He's a repair guy.
Yeah, he's a level 3 mechanic. Like he can work on anything, but I'm just
cool.
waiting for him. So I will talk to you later, buddy.
Alrighty, dude.